Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. We've been talking a little bit about that ice out there this morning, and I was lucky enough, very thankful that Mark Hodel, our street supervisor of City of Fitchburg Public Works, is able to join us via phone. Mark, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Hey, I made it here, and that's thanks to you guys and the great work you've been doing. Mark, why don't you kind of tell us what are kind of the current conditions on Fitchburg streets right now?
Actually, they're not too bad. The main streets are pretty good. Some of the side streets are, still with a little bit less traffic on them, or do have a few slick spots. There's trucks out right now addressing some of those spots, but I don't think they're too bad.
That's good to hear. So how do you guys kind of tackle a storm that lasts over 2 days like the one that we're currently having?
Well, it was a little bit of a challenge, honestly, when it's raining like that, because you do have to salt them to keep the ice from building up. But at the same time, that the rain that's falling, it dilutes the salt down or washes it away. So you just got to, it's kind of a timing thing. You got to salt it to keep the ice from building up. But at the same time, watch your resources.
I would bet.
Not exhaust them.
Mark, when we're talking in between like salt and sand, is this one of those scenarios where you're kind of stuck with, because if you throw sand down, it goes away, you throw salt down, so there's not a lot of bag of tricks when it comes to these types of storms?
Nope, there really isn't. And actually, we use liquids on things, but when it's raining, we don't, because the liquids are actually kind of used to activate the salt, to make moisture. But obviously, when it's raining, you got plenty of moisture, so we do shut off the liquids while it's, raining at the time. But yeah, no, I don't know that there's really any right or wrong answer. It's just try to keep the ice from building up.
So what have you guys seen as far as flooding so far in the streets out there?
There's a few of the low areas, or a frozen culvert or drain that I know Lacey Road had some water on it, and they were able to put some high water signs to notify, let people, oncoming traffic, know that there was standing water in the road. A lot of it's kind of receded, but there's a couple of places where there's some ponding yet on the roads.
Mark, I've seen on some trucks, depending on how much ice there is on the ground, that they have blades underneath their truck. Is that something that we do here at the City of Fitchburg?
We do not. That's underbody scrapers. Some municipalities use them, and it puts a little more pressure to scrape the roads off.
Is there any benefit to doing that or not doing that?
I would say if the roads get packed, if you would, more so for like snow, gets driven on and packed, you'd be able to scrape it off, with a little down pressure, opposed to a plow doesn't actually put down pressure, it just rides over the surface.
Okay.
But we do not have any of those yet.
Okay. I was curious. I've seen them, again, like you said, at other municipalities, so I thought, hey, that'd be a good chance to ask on that. So,
I know there's a couple times this weekend where we actually, the ice kind of fluffed up, I call it, where the salt actually got kind of underneath the ice, and it makes it hollow. And so we did scrape some of that off with our plows, and it just kind of gets the road cleaner, quicker, and you don't have to use quite as much salt to burn it off. Absolutely.
Mark, looking into going into this evening's commute and tomorrow morning's commute, I know, again, the storm continues on. What's the response going to be here moving forward?
Well, we're going to monitor it and, keep a close eye on the pavement temperatures and the air temperatures at the same time. And if it looks like it's going to refreeze, we'll have to salt it again. And as of right now, things are pretty good shape, but if we get a lot more moisture or rain and it, dilutes the salt that's on the roads and temperatures drop, then it will have to be resalted.
Okay. So, and you would urge, of course, and this would be a dumb question, but I'm still going to throw it out there, urge on the caution yourselves as drivers to slow down because you don't know where that ice drive pavement might be.
Exactly. Especially, shaded areas of roadways, they don't hold as much heat, and they tend to refreeze. They'll thaw and refreeze because the ground temperature is actually, colder than the air temperature.
Gotcha.
So yes, definitely, there's places that need to use caution because the rest of the roads could be good, and all of a sudden there's a shady spot that's icy or where waters run across and that ice is over.
Yeah. Mark, 2 more questions for you. If anybody is concerned about ice building up maybe in a certain area, where would you recommend them to call?
The Public Works facility, or, City Hall, the Public Works at City Hall.
And then they can report it out to you guys and
Yes.
take care of it.
Yes.
All right, and maybe it's not a question, it's more of a thank you, and make sure you thank the rest of the guys and gals down there at the shop for their tremendous work during the storm. We appreciate it, and thank you for being on the show this morning, Mark.
Yep, thank you, Jeremy.
All right, that's Mark Hodel, Street Supervisor, City of Fitchburg Public Works. Appreciate his help and everybody's help during the storm. So, all right, that is that's a day. That's a day. They got to be exhausted down there.
I know.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, sit down with Chad Brecklin, Fitchburg Police Department, get an update on a major arrest they made last Friday. We'll talk to you right after the break. Stay tuned. It's Talk Fitchburg.